We've been lucky enough to scoop a pre-production sample of the Samsung Galaxy S4. This is the successor to the Samsung Galaxy S3, which was of course a massively successful smartphone. We're going to take a look at its key specs, its camera, and some of its cool new features. Let's take a look. So as you'll have noticed, the Samsung Galaxy S4 looks very similar to the Samsung Galaxy S3. That's because it's built from the same footprint, except in the case of the S4, it's got a thinner bezel, which is these gaps around the sides. So the Samsung Galaxy S4 actually has a full HD 5-inch touchscreen. It's also got a resolution of 441 pixels per inch, which is going to be great for watching movies and playing games while you're out and about. The Galaxy S4 comes with an improved processor and 2 GB of RAM, so we're expecting it to be a very fast smartphone when we get it into our labs. It's also got a removable battery and increments of internal storage which go from 16 GB to 64 GB, which you can then add on with a micro SD card of up to 64 GB too. That's going to leave a lot of space for your apps and movies. The Samsung Galaxy S4 has a 13 megapixel camera on the back and a 2 megapixel camera on the front. Now there's a lot of technology packed in the S4 to make the most of these key cameras. For example, the dual shot mode allows you to take video using the front and back cameras, so therefore you can see your reaction to what you're filming in front of you. The sound shot allows you to take a photo and record a 9-second clip of sound to go with it. So this means you can recall key memories, what they sounded like, as well as the photos as well.
I'll visit you soon in New York, I promise. Miss you. I love you.
One of the big talking points about the S4 before it launched was eye tracking technology, which basically tracks the movements of your eye and moves the screen along accordingly. Now their Smart Scroll does exactly this, so along with moving your hand, the page will tilt up and down. There's also Smart Pause, which is great for when you're watching a video. For example, if someone comes up to talk to you, you look away from the video you're viewing and the screen will pause too. Then you look back at the screen, the video carries on. We had a lot of fun trying this out for ourselves. There's also the Air View and Air Gesture features, and these rely on previewing information or swiping along information so that you don't have to touch the screen, say if you've got dirty hands or fingers. Air View just does this, so you can hover it over a photo or an email and it will show up the information that's contained in there. Or Air Gesture, you'll swipe your hand along and you can flick along a photo album too. It's quite a nice feature to use and it's really convenient, especially if your hand's busy eating a sandwich or something like that, so you don't have to get your greasy mitts all over the phone's nice screen. So those are the big new features of the Samsung Galaxy S4, but there's also 5 little extra apps and features that we've seen, tested and quite like, so we're going to show you them now. First up is Group Play. Now this allows you to connect up to 8 Samsung Galaxy S4 phones using NFC technology. So you can share the experience of playing games, or looking at your photos, or listening to some music at the same time. A cool bit with the music is that you can use 2 phones as different sides of a stereo speaker system. So one can play the left channel of audio and another can play the right channel of audio. There's also the new Chesson feature, which allows you to have Wi-Fi calls with up to 3 people and share photos in real time. So an example of this feature is if you wanted to give someone directions to where you are. You can take a screenshot, send that over and give annotations too. So if it was a map, for example, you could guide them along the roads to where you are. There's also the Watch On feature, which is a new TV remote control app, and this allows you, using infrared, to change channels, volume up and down on your TV. A nice bit is that if you wanted to skip to your favourite channel, you can select it on the phone and then Watch On app will do the rest and bring that up on the TV for you. There's also the S Translator and S Health features. The S Translator is compatible with 9 languages, 10 if you include the UK and US versions of English. And what that allows you to do is, say you're on holiday and you want to speak into your smartphone in English to get an answer in Korean, you can do that and it's pretty helpful when you're out and about. There's also the S Health feature, which is great for a calorie tracker or, for example, a pedometer, so you can keep track of your general fitness. So that's our first look at the Samsung Galaxy S4. It's set to be out near the end of April, and if you want any more information on the phone, then click on the link below.